everyone. This is Sherry Jones of Sherry Speaks Life. Welcome to my Wednesday live session and Happy New Year. This is my first Wednesday live session of 2018. I am so excited to have you all here with me today. And if you just give me one moment, I'm going to share this on my personal page real quick. I hope that you all had a good day today. Here in sunny South Carolina, we actually had some snow. We had some snow flurries. And so they shut the schools down early. You know, it was a big hubbub. You know, the grocery stores were packed. Hey, Norfie, Happy New Year to you. Thank you for coming on. So you know the stores were packed. Y'all know how we act when it's just a little bit of snow. So people were acting crazy. Of course, it flurried for a little bit, didn't stick. The kids are on a 2-hour delay again in the morning because it's going to be cold. But I do know there are some parts that have some ice on the roads. So you all, please be careful if you are out traveling right now. So if you just give me one moment, I'm going to just share this on my personal page real quick. And then we'll get started with my topic today. And my topic is, what are your New Year's promises? And I'm going to tell you in a minute why I call them promises instead of resolutions, because I think the word promises is a little more powerful than resolutions. It makes us think a little bit more. So I've shared it on my personal page. Again, welcome. And so what are your New Year's promises? I decided to look up the definition of the two words, resolution and promises. So if y'all give me a minute, I wrote it down here. So a resolution is a firm decision to do or not to do something. So when you're making a resolution, you're making that firm decision, whatever that means. That means you decided to do something and you're deciding, you know, in a strong way that you're going to do that. Okay. We make decisions every day, even firm decisions, and we flip-flop and we change our minds every single day. So is making a firm decision really going to make you do something or not do something? Is it really going to stick? And I think that's why when people make New Year's resolutions, by February, they've given up because it was just a firm decision and they changed their mind. Now, promise, on the other hand, it says, is a declaration or assurance you will do something or something will happen. Okay, so when you make a promise, you are declaring something and you are assuring. So that means you are making sure that what you are saying is going to happen. What you say you're going to do, you are going to do. So making a New Year's promise is a little more powerful than making a New Year's resolution. Think about it. When you promise someone something, you don't want to break that promise. And if you break a promise, it's usually devastating. Think about even our children. You could promise a child, I'm going to take you to the park on Saturday. That child is going to hold you to that. And they're going to bug you to death until Saturday comes and you take them to the park. And so we understand that things happen, things change, and sometimes we do have to break promises. But most of the times we try to not make a promise if we think we're going to break it. So that's why I am encouraging everyone to make New Year's promises. So as you're coming on, please give me some hearts, give me some likes if you agree that New Year's promises is the way to go. I believe it's the way to go. It's better and stronger than a New Year's resolution. Because again, the definition of promise, we said declaration or assurance that you are going to do something. So you are declaring it. And a lot of times with, when we pray or when we're asking God for things, we decree and declare that he's going to do this for us and that this is going to happen for us and we're going to do this for him. Well, that's the same thing when you make these New Year's promises. And think of a New Year's promise as not just a promise that you make to yourself, but a promise that you make to God. You are declaring to him that you are going to do these things. So how do you make a New Year's promise? First of all, don't go all out and make some crazy promise that you know you're not going to keep. As I said before, when we make promises, we try not to make promises that we know we're not going to keep, that is out of our reach. So your New Year's promise, don't say, I'm going to lose 100 pounds by the end of the year. You may lose 100 pounds, you may not. You may only lose 20 pounds. You may only lose 15 pounds. Don't set your goal so lofty that you're not able to reach it. So don't say, I'm going to lose 100 pounds this year. But you can say, I'm going to, hey, Reverend Jones, Tony, thank you for joining. You can say, I'm going to lose weight this year. That's your goal. That's your promise to yourself. And your promise that you're making to God, your New Year's promise that you're going to lose weight. Now, when you make that promise, now you have to break it up into smaller goals. I want to lose weight this year. How are you going to do that? That's actually one of my New Year's promises to myself. Instead of saying, I'm going to lose 50 pounds, I'm going to lose 50 pounds, 70 pounds, I decided to say, I'm going to watch my portion sizes. What does that look like for me? Thank you for the hearts. If I would normally eat 2 pieces of sausage, I'm going to eat 1. If I would normally eat, a whole bunch of grits on my plate, I'm going to cut it in half. So that's my small part of my goal of losing weight, that I am going to watch my portion sizes. So think of your New Year's promise as a declaration and assurance that you're going to do something. Then once you make that promise, break it up into smaller, achievable goals. Don't go all out there. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. That's why people fail by February. Everybody hits the gym. January 1, gym memberships are through the roof. And everybody's on the treadmill, and everybody's doing this, and everybody's doing that. Or everybody's going on some crazy diet or some lifestyle thing. And then by February, you've forgotten all about it. So go ahead and set those New Year's promises. As you are on, if you all want to share with me some of your New Year's promises, I would love to hear them. And so another New Year's promise that I've made to myself is, as far as my writing, is that I am working on another project. And so I finished my first novel last year. I was so excited, so pleased, but it doesn't stop there. I'm a writer. I have to keep writing, right? So I've set the goal to have another book project completed. All right. So when I say, okay, I'm going to finish this book project, when am I going to have it finished? So I had to set a deadline. I say by the spring. That is my goal. For what I'm trying to do, I think it's achievable for me to have it finished by the spring if I keep, just set my goals and work hard and get it done. So make sure that your New Year's promises are achievable. Make sure that they are realistic, and make sure that they are truly a promise that you can keep. Okay? So let's let go of the resolutions and let's have New Year's promises. And also, stop talking about you. I'm not talking about you, Tony. But if it's stepping on some toes, like Pastor say, if I'm stepping on some toes, just say ouch. So, but as I was saying, so make sure that your goals are achievable and attainable. Also, make sure it's a promise that you are going to keep to yourself and to God. And you can have different categories of New Year's promises. So I have a personal New Year's promises, and I have my professional New Year's promises, or my, with my writing and thing, my business New Year's promises. You can have family New Year's promises, whatever different categories and things in your life that you know you need to improve upon. Have your categories set out, set those promises for each one, and as you set those promises again, have your little small goals that you're going to achieve within those promises. Okay. So I hope that you all enjoyed this Wednesday live session. If you did, please share it, please like, please comment. I do go back and look at the comments. So if you would like to share with me what your New Year's promise is going to be for 2018. I would love to touch and agree with you on that, because putting it out there in the atmosphere and letting people know what those promises are makes you more accountable for them as well. Okay, I see. Tony says, my promise is to stay single Thursday 2018. You know my promise to God. And you know what? You doing too much, Tony. You are doing too much. So staying single. Okay, we're not believing that promise, okay? We know your wife is out there somewhere. She coming and you gonna find her. So we're not gonna go with that promise. I'm not touching agreeing with you on that one. But anyway, but if anyone wants to, again, share your promises, your New Year's promises that you're going to make this year, please type them in the comments and I will respond. I love y'all so much with the love of Christ. 2018 is a brand new year. It's time for us to set some goals. It's time for us to hit the ground running and do what God has called us to do. We all have a calling. We all have a purpose. You got to find out what yours is and make steps towards achieving it. That is what we have to promise ourselves for 2018. You all be blessed. Again, see me next Wednesday when I go live. I go live every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I also post Sunday inspirations on Sundays. And all of this is on my Sherry Speaks Life page. In addition to being a speaker, as I mentioned before, I am an author. And I have completed my first Christian fiction novel. It is called Trouble Don't Last Always. Y'all give me 1 minute. I can grab a copy. Sorry about that, y'all. I should have had it in my hand. But this is my book, Trouble Don't Last Always, Sherry Jones. So please pick up a copy. It is available on Amazon. Oh, Bianca, that's right. Tell him stop. He doing too much. But anyway, thank you all again for coming on. If you are just coming on, I'm getting ready to get off, but you can watch the replay. And if you make any comments, just put hashtag replay so I know that you have watched the replay. But again, we talked about making New Year's promises and why a New Year's promise is better than a New Year's resolution. So go back and check that out. Love y'all. Y'all take care. Bye.